Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to chat about how Hamas and Company become wealthy under occupation. Contrary to what pundits or Palestinians believe, the occupation enriches Hamas and the Palestinian Authority financially. The more these corrupt leaders bash Israel, the more prestige they get, and the richer they become. They have an efficient propaganda machine based on fantasies, lies, and a macabre mix of Islamic radicalism. Some say that there is no such religion as radical Islam. There's only one Islam. Yes, that may be true, but it is the people that make it into what it is. And then the second point is land. Hamas and the Palestinian Authority have differences, and there is no true unity between them. If there is a semblance of unity, it is the desire to destroy Israel and establish a Palestinian state in its place. Over the years, especially since the signing of the Oslo Accords, hardly any progress has been made in negotiations towards a two-state solution. Today, the peace negotiations are frozen, and there doesn't seem to be any change in attitude on both sides towards any form of movement toward a solution to the conflict. As mentioned many times in previous posts, the Palestinian Authority leader Mahmoud Abbas has no support from his people at all. The well-oiled Palestinian propaganda machine in the United Nations has succeeded in fomenting hatred against Israel and the occupation. The European Union, the United States, and many other countries in the world are donating large sums of money to the Palestinian cause. There is no accountability or transparency as to where the money is going. The United Nations passes anti-Israel resolutions, while Islamic terrorist organizations are infiltrating Europe and even the United States, blowing up innocent people, murdering and raping where they can. Not even a whisper comes from the United Nations. ISIS, or Daesh, plunders, kills, and rapes in the name of their faith. The war against these savages is carried on half-heartedly. Daesh has sleeping cells in Belgium, France, and in almost all Europe. Sweden is patronizing the Muslim hordes that are making the way to a better life. Freedom to rape and create a caliphate at the end of the day, inspired by hateful xenophobic sermons by shrieking charismatic imams. It is no different in Palestinian society in the occupied territories. The hateful xenophobic imams are there, poisoning the educational system, glorifying murder of Jews, and creating a generation of Palestinians that know nothing else but hate for Jews. How can Israel negotiate a peace treaty with the Palestinian leadership that is becoming increasingly radical and more intent on Israel's total destruction? Hamas holds the key to peace or war, and not the Palestinian Authority that represents nobody. Another byproduct of the Israeli occupation is the phenomenon of wealthy Hamas and Palestinian Authority leaders. The money donated by many countries sympathetic to Palestinian suffering does not reach the Palestinians at all. It does not reach any health, educational, and infrastructure projects. It lands in the pockets of the likes of the leaders of Hamas, Khaled Mashal, Musa Abu Mazouk, Ismail Haniyeh, who are multi-millionaires, if not billionaires, in dollars. Their lies and fantasies about Palestinian suffering rings a sympathetic bell to the left-wing hypocritical NGOs, whose true dedication to Palestinian rights is questionable. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is enriching Hamas and also Mahmoud Abbas, who is no less corrupt. The Palestinian negotiating clowns are lining their pockets as well. If there is by some miracle a peace agreement, the professional eternal negotiator Dr. Sai Barakat would be without a job. Hania, who is known to own numerous homes in Gaza, has registered them under the names of his children in order to avoid any backlash. In 2010, Egyptian magazine Rose al-Yusuf reported that Hania paid a whopping $4 million for a 2,500 square meter plot of land in the beachfront city of Rimal, which is the luxurious area of Gaza. The Hamas terrorist tycoons have never had it so good. The moment there's a war, they disappear to Qatar, where their luxurious lifestyles and stuffing their faces with the best food continues. They only come out of their luxurious rat holes when hostilities end, as in the case of Operation Protective Shield in the July and August 2014. This is how they raise the morale of the Palestinian victims of the last war that they had created. After the war, Hania returns, a well-fed fat pig, and continues his hateful rhetoric against Israel as if Hamas won the war. We in Israel witnessed a lone terrorist attack in Dizengoff Street, Tel Aviv, at a popular pub, resulting in the shooting of 2 innocent Israelis and the shooting of an Israeli Arab taxi driver in Ramat Aviv on the 2nd of January 2016. After a week of intense searches, the terrorist was found in Wadi Ara in an abandoned house and was killed in a shootout between him and an Israeli SWAT team. The reaction in Palestinian street can be described as barbaric, as this heinous act had the support of the terrorist Hamas and its allies, and he was declared a shaheed, or martyr. This was contrary to mainstream Wadi Ara residents who condemned these cruel acts of terror. ISIS is the richest terrorist group in the world, followed by Hamas, which is in second place. President Mahmoud Abbas is not doing too badly either when it comes to amassing fortunes for his pocket. Those countries that have opened their pockets and donated funds by alleviating Palestinian suffering are actually prolonging it, as the donations land in the pockets of the Hamas and Palestinian Authority leadership. The Palestinian leaders are not Democrats, humanitarians, or supporters of human dignity. They are criminals and megalomaniac despots who exploit the occupation for their own ends. They shoot those who oppose them and show no mercy. Why are human rights abuses of Hamas and the Palestinian Authority never investigated or condemned? The methods of cruelty that they use against those Palestinians in opposition to their rule are similar to Daesh. The influence of Daesh is on the increase in Palestinian street as well. This is all part of the radicalization of Islam in the Middle East, with its hate that has nothing to do with the occupation, but plenty to do with the eventual establishment of a caliphate ruled by Sharia law. Israel is the thorn in the flesh of radical Islam. That includes ISIS and Hamas. The occupation to them is the whole of Israel, nothing more and nothing less. Blaming Israel in international forums for human rights abuses, including the United Nations, strengthens Daesh and Hamas, enriches them further, as well as ensuring that terrorism will not be curtailed, from which no country has immunity today. Supporting the Palestinian cause today also means lining the pockets of Hamas, as the Palestinians will never be the beneficiaries. This has never happened in the past and will not happen in the future, while these evil Hamas tycoons are in power in Gaza and soon to be in power on the West Bank when Mahmoud Abbas goes.